Nagabenta ki khubor baman kasni pet but subscribe ya u an Conrad ki sangma lo ong baka kinhun menteri kalamanjur ban pentrei kam ya ka MGNREGS 2.0 Gramin Act 2025 ka batrei kam na do ka shitrik unaitung arhajar atmriu ban bujli ya krukam trei kam ka barim u Conrad lo ong baka antmai ka penhe ikikam chnong bad kilat ai kam hakinong kendong Kawai ni gijin kalaba kong san kalong gajin penkiwi kesngi trei ba penti kenana shispa asngi sya arspa apsan sngi. Ulong ro babun ki kam ki ba omsha lane ki ba duna ha ka an barim mentala sya ban pentrei kentup ya gajin te surok shnong jingye so shnong ki ying school ki program jingye rap ya ka kamai ka ji ka jingye dai ka maryang ka jin penne ya ka bat kiwe Karkum gajingnya tu jang u ki jat project ki balak ban pentrei ki la kiu na kumba arspa sanpo syapalat lai spa arpo tuli ba dei na markane ba ka Sorkar jylla kala menjur ban pediang ya ka antemai Menteri rang ba ulo ang ba ka Sorkar India kala mang shihajar si spa klor tingka kum ka normative allocation na kabenta ka Meghalaya na kabenta ki khandai banai na do unaitung hadu uleber arhajar arpnyo Henry ulapan pawi gajing khuslai halor ka rukam mang pisa thamai ulong ba kat ba ka jingnut kampalat ya ka shihajar shi spa klor tingka ka jingbei pisa kandang long khandai phau benta na ka Sorkar Pdeng bar chi phau benta na ka Sorkar jylla hnrei lada ka jylla ka lut palat ikatika mang ka pisa ka batam kan haban kit lut ka Sorkar jylla marwe u Conrad ulong bakani kalong ka jinghe na marbanadu usnem arhajar khatra ka Meghalaya ka long ka wei ni ki jylla ki batrei kam bhatam hapo ka MGNREGS bat bunsin kalala ban penon kampalat ikapisa balamang hadu shihajar ruspa klur tingka hakikat tu kat nikisnem ulong ba ka Meghalaya ka jukot palat khandai phau persen ha ka jing penon kam ikisngi trei namar ka jing trei lang jogi officer haki block ki village employment council bat kishnong Menteri rang ba ulong ba ka Sorkar jylla kat sara ya ka nikamat sya ka Sorkar Pdeng bat dawa ba on penkiu ya ka normative allocation bat omdei ban bu put ya ki jylla ki bala ban pendon kambha ya ka pisa bat ban ai bun kilat jingyo kam syaki pait ba nong kendang
2005 as you're aware that this is a new act in place of the and this has been enhanced now and provisions like from minimum working days of 100 to increasing them to 125 days this has been taken up in the new act and other aspects of increasing the overall scope of work where earlier projects like roads and connectivity were not given priority, they are now given priority. Earlier Anganwadi centers, they were not allowed to be built under the MGNREGS scheme, but under this new Rozgar and Ajivika mission, Gramin, you're allowed to build Anganwadi centers also. Similarly, schools were not allowed to be built in the earlier MGNREGS, but in the new guidelines, they have increased the number of projects. So now school buildings are allowed, different programs for livelihood, which were not allowed in the beginning. Today, specific livelihood programs can also be taken up, different programs related to environment, water conservation, forest conservation. All of these programs can now be taken up. So there were earlier about 240 or 250 items you could take up. Now those items have gone up to 300 plus, almost 320 items have been included in the new act. And hence this had to be adopted and passed by the cabinet, which we have done today. Apart from that, the government of India has sanctioned 1,100 crores as the normative allotment for Meghalaya for the next 9 months, because the implementation of this project will start tomorrow of this new act. So from 1st of July till 31st of March, this will be implemented by Meghalaya. For the first quarter, from April, May to June, the old MGNREGS scheme was being implemented with the old guidelines and the old act. But from tomorrow, the new guidelines and the new act will be applicable. And for this period of 9 months, from July to March 31st, the normative allotment given to Meghalaya is 1,100 crores. What is critical to know in this particular scheme is that the 1,100 crores is the normative allotment. And if the normative allotment goes beyond certain, beyond the normative allotment, so suppose we end up spending 1,200 crores, so instead of 100 crores, the 1,100 crores is going to be shared as at 90-10 ratio, where 90% is paid by central and 10% is paid by the state government. But when it comes to going beyond the normative allotment, the states will have to bear the full amount of the additional amount that you spend. So if you end up spending 1,200 crores, then that 100 crores will fall completely on the state governments. So this is some issue and concern. We're hoping that this will be addressed in the coming years. As you're aware, in the last many years, especially from 2018 onwards, Meghalaya has performed exceptionally well, and almost every year in the last many years, Meghalaya has been able to take more than double of the normative allotment given to the state in most of the years. So where our normative allotment usually could be sometimes 700 crores, 800 crores in MGNREGS, there were years where we had ended up utilizing and spending almost close to 1,600 crores, which means the capacity to absorb had gone up. And that happened, and that's why we got, instead of getting 700 crores, which is what we were supposed to, in some years we got 1,600 crores, 1,500 crores. And that allowed us to spend more, and that also was in 90-10 ratio. But in the new scheme and new policy, for this year at least, if we go beyond our normative allotment of 1,100 crores, Meghalaya government will have to, not just us, every other state also will have to. So it's kind of a negative marking for states who are performing well and are able to take beyond the normative allotment, are able to absorb more funds, which Meghalaya was able to do in the last 7 years continuously. So we are concerned about this because we know that we can do more. We know that we can absorb more. Our man days under MGNREGS is almost touching one of the highest in the country, where most of the states are not able to utilize 100 days, but Meghalaya is like always 90 plus, because it requires continuous work, effort at the block level, at the level of the officers, at the secretariat level, and the competency at the VECs, where they need to demand the work, which needs to be then approved. So all of these things requires continuous effort and support, and only then are you able to utilize the money and the funds in a proper manner. And Meghalaya has been able to do that. So one of our concerns regarding the new act, which of course we will take up, and we hope that next year this particular aspect will not be there, which is, as I said, the limit of the normative allotment of 1,100 crores for these 9 months. Of course, since for 9 months it's 1,100 crores, so for 12 months I expect that will be about 1,500 to 1,600 crores. We expect that next year our normative allotment should go up, and we're hopeful that government will not put a cap on the normative allotments and allow the states to absorb as per their capacity. Again, this is in line with what we were talking about, the externally aided projects, where caps were put by Government of India because Government of India pays back our loans. But then we ensured that we were able to get more because of the capacity to absorb and the projects we put in, the professional level at which we worked. We were able to get more projects from different funding agencies. But Government of India put a cap on what Meghalaya could do or take, because at the end of the day, center is repaying back the loan that we take, 90% of it. So it's similar to that. So we hope that next year that particular aspect will change.